10 we can pick up the entire cabinet this year, because the implementation of this decision will affect all departments. Let me also welcome and thank the Mayor of Soplati for the warm and gracious welcoming. Thank you very much, Mayor Sonyoni, and thanks for making time to be part and parcel of this program. We know how hectic your schedule is as the mayor of the biggest town in the province. Let me also greet our Deputy Provincial Commissioner, Lieutenant General Ngubilang, and the other guys is Lingubu. And we've been expecting Baba Saifumana Lingubu. I fake. And the Director General and the senior government officials. Let me also greet and thank the leadership of the organized labor, PSA, and as well as POCRO. And thank you very much for the warm words of support. And we know this is a difficult journey. It's an intractable journey. It's not an easy thing that we decided to do. But thank you very much for your support. And I firmly believe that the entire leadership that is here listened to some of the issues that were raised, and as promptly as possible they will have to respond to some of those issues. But we highly appreciate your support, and we know that this has been one of the fervent calls from organized labor that let's stop insourcing, starting with security guards. Let's stop outsourcing, starting with security guards and cleaners and catering at hospitals and all of that. So thank you very much for being here and rendering your support. Let me also greet everyone that is here. I see most of our HODs are also here, but I can't start without acknowledging our political commissar right there at the back. That's the commissar, Comrade Tony. He's also here. But I think the program director was correct, the HOD of DTSL, when he said that this is but just the beginning of a journey, a very long journey that we'll have to undertake to ensure that all our security officers are absorbed into the provincial administration. They become part and parcel of PESA. It's a very, very long journey that we are starting today. With my last check on figures, we have more than 5,000 security guards in the Marine Camp. Most of them outsourced. Biggest departments, Department of Education, Department of Health, and as well as Department of Public Works. They account for more than 70% of the security guards and the security contract that we have. And each and every year, we spend close to R500 million on security guards. That is the reason why every time when I get into a building, I see security guards, not properly dressed, not properly trained, not properly attended to. The first thing I would normally ask, what's your salary? And you find out most of them, they become even shy to respond to that question. It's always 4,005, 4.5, 5,000. There's very few who are getting 6,000. That's the first question I always ask. Because this is a frontline service. our clients, their first encounter of our departments is security guards. First encounter. When they go to our departments, first encounter is security guards. So it's a frontline service. And there's no department I went to when I pass a security guard without asking how much are you earning. And all of them are earning between 4 to 6. And the ones who are getting 6,000 per month are supervisors. Who are responsible for the schedule. There's got about 10 people that they are responsible for. But the provincial government is spending close to R500 million on this service. And now we took a decision to insource them to be part and parcel of PESA. And I think we have agreed that they will be on post level 3, Mabro. And post level 3 is roughly between 15 and 18,000 rand per month. Which actually gives them access as well to quite a number of other benefits in the public service administration. So we firmly believe that with this move, we are on our way to ensure that we improve the quality of life of quite a number of our people who have been contracted by private service providers. And for now, when we've fully absorbed them, they will be part and parcel of the public service administration. So as the HOD have said, as I have mentioned, that this is a long journey. We've got about 6,000 of these who are currently contracted by private security companies, and which we must absorb. And we must do that within the next 3 years. From now, incrementally, we'll start absorbing them. And I'm told next month an advert will go out for 150. That's what we'll be doing. And few months thereafter, we'll take them in different tranches so that we can be able to properly manage this process. I know many departments, many provinces that have insourced security services, they are in serious trouble today. One of those provinces is Free State. They've blindly insourced all security services. In the last meeting that we had in the extended cabinet, Lehotla, they were requesting about 300 million rand from the president, saying they are unable to pay the enormous cost that comes with the insourcing. How do you insourcing? And we all know that they are confronted with serious difficulties. So what we are doing as the province, we do it incrementally, to give ourselves an opportunity to properly manage this process and not to embarrass ourselves. So adverts will go out for another 150 next month. Get the 150 integrated properly within our system, and again in a few months another 150. But our target is by the end of 3 years from now, we should not have a private security company rendering services for this provincial administration. So you can see you have started. You look much better than the ones who are there, isn't it? You've got a beautiful uniform and all of that. And we agreed that today we are going to start a process of induction, isn't it? There will be proper training and induction. And the Department of Transport, Safety and Liaison, as part and parcel of this absorption, we must expose you to different kinds of skills development training so that you should not end up being a security officer. you are not security guards, you are security officers. So there's a difference between a guard and an officer. Because an officer becomes part and parcel of service delivery value chain. And this reminds me of what happened in 1961 when J.F. Kennedy visited NASA, which is the National Space Administration in the US. He went there just a year after he got elected. He got elected in 1960. So in 1961, he visited NASA. When he got there, late in the afternoon, he met a man who was busy mopping the floors, cleaning the building, what we normally call as a cleaner. And he greeted the cleaner and asked, "But what are you doing here?" The cleaner said, I'm here to help to get the man in the moon. He did not say, I'm here to clean the offices. He said, I'm here to help to get the man in the moon. So that cleaner connected his immediate responsibility to the broader objective of the institution. So that's what a security officer is, different from a security guard. For a security guard, it's just to manage people as they come in and out, giving them those registration forms. You must register, give your name and give your ID number, and you write the time when the person got in, you write the time when the person gets out. That's the job of a security guard. But the job of a security officer is completely different. Security officer is integrated into the broader objective of the institution. So as somebody is coming into the Department of Social Development, you should be able to inquire, but why are you here? The person said, I'm disabled. And you should be able to say to this person, there's a disability grant here. Here are the requirements. Because you're an officer of the department. Here's the requirements for this grant. Do you have your ID with you? Yes, I've got my ID with you. Did you already go to a doctor to get a medical certificate? No, I've not. But you need a medical certificate for your application. That's what a security officer is. So a guard, what a guard will do, he manages entrance and as people are exiting. But an officer is something different. So as of today, you are officers. You are an integral part of the pipeline of service delivery. That's what you are. Not to write the time when you arrive and the time when you left. Not to do that. But to try to be of assistance. Because you are a frontline service. You represent the department. As they come in there, when they meet you, they meet the department. The department is not somebody else. They will meet in the office. But just meeting you there, they meet the department. We don't want people who would go back and say, I met a security guard who said I must leave. When people meet you, you should say, I met an official from the department, which is a security officer. So, in order for us to succeed in doing that, we need to train you. If you come in as a security officer, if you are still a security officer in the next 3 years, damn, that's a problem. When the department is looking for an admin clerk to do capturing and verification, when they sit and say, let's advertise the post, they should speak amongst themselves and say, but there is somebody there at the entrance of the office. That's how they should speak. If he's got a shift that starts at 7:30, he's there 7:20. He marshals our entrance into the office. He's astute in doing his or her own work. Why are we advertising? Why are we not taking Zamani there, the security officer, to come and do the work? Because we've demonstrated it, that we are serious about your work. So when we spoke about absorbing and insourcing of security officers, I met some officials from the Department of Transport as we are moving all our security officers to the Department of Transport, and we are creating a sub-directorate there, which will be properly managed in the corporate services. Somebody said, but this thing is not going to work. Why is it not going to work? As soon as the security guards are absorbed to be security officers, these people, they just don't want to listen. They don't want to abide, they just behave differently. So I told him, we must make them behave properly. That's what we'll have to do. We'll have to assist them to behave properly. Because I'm certain not even a single one of you want to die in this uniform. This uniform is but just a stepping stone for your further growth. So for that to happen, we'll expect an extraordinary degree of discipline and taking your work serious. We don't want people to be received in our departments by a drunk security officer. As per swap. Any carwoda seller, the person is poop draw. Can't even stand on your legs, drunk. That's not what we want. Because you are the face of the department. The ones in the Premier's office, the first person who contacts them, the first person who meets them, he creates an impression of the kind of a Premier we have. If you are rude, you don't listen, you scare Mensa, their impression is, but the Premier here is rude. Yes, if that's how you behave, right there at the point of entry. You are rude, you don't listen. You come no, do D and I, fuck Joe and all that people who they say this is the language that is used. Have you ever met a child in the street that fluke? You know, if the child behaves the way he behaves, it comes from home. Adelani fluke by the ace, it can sali fluky. But if the fluke by the ace and prat van donor makar, when the child gets into the street, the first word he uses is a donor, because he gets it from home. So that's not what we expect. What we expect, that's the reason why we agreed we are going to invest massive amount of resources to ensure that there is proper training. People who come and visit our offices when they leave, they must have something good to say. So the first person that received me there, the reception was professional, the reception was motherly or fatherly. The intentions to assist first started there. So that is what we are requesting from you, because you are part and parcel, you are integrated, you get integrated now into the value chain of service delivery. You are not just a security guard standing there filling in some forms of people who are coming in and people who are leaving our buildings. So I'm certain that that's what the department will follow, and that's what the department will do. The decision to insource was not an easy decision. It was a difficult decision because when we asked how many security guards do we have here, we were told it's between 5,000 to 6,000. And to add 6,000 on the current number of employees that we have in our PESA system, it's not an easy decision. Currently, we've got about 26,000 employees in the provincial administration. If we add 6,000, that will take us roughly to about 33,000 employees. So it's a large number. And with our calculations, with the last feasibility report that we received, it will cost us more 233 million rand to absorb all the security guards into the provincial administration. It's something that we are prepared to undertake, and we are going to see it through. But as I have already said, we recognize this to be a very difficult decision. But if you do the epistemology of development, development is a product of difficult decisions, which must be seen through. That's the epistemology of development. Product of difficult, uncomfortable decisions that must be seen through. And you can only see them through project development. And in order for you to have that project development, you need leadership. You can't take difficult decisions and think that they will be implemented if there is no leadership. So leadership is central to all of this. In order for us to see this big project through, we need leadership in the provincial administration. Bloom and the HOD must show leadership, fearless leadership, courageous leadership. That's what they must show. If they don't show that, we'll never be able to execute a program. Because that's what the epistemology of development is all about. Difficult decisions. There is no country that has developed in the world without having leadership that takes difficult decisions, uncomfortable decisions, unpopular decisions. So if you want to shy away from taking unpopular and difficult decisions, there is no development that will take place. We'll just remain grounded where we are. The next premier will come in and do exactly what I'm doing. Grounded where I was. But if you want to see our province going forward, we want to see development in this province. We need courageous leaders who are prepared to take risks for the people of the Northern Cape, not to take risks for their pockets, but for the people of the Northern Cape. So with the next adverts that will be taking place, us absorbing some of the security guards from the private companies, this should not be an opportunity for our brothers and sisters, for our cousins. Should not be the opportunity for them. We line them up. There's an opportunity that is coming. We line up our brothers, we line up our cousins and friends. This should be an opportunity for deserving people of the Northern Cape. That's what it should be. So with those few words, I'm told the next part of the program is that we'll get an induction. Should not be a once-off induction that will take place now and it will never take place again. But because of the importance of your work, in actual fact, the department should develop a program for regular induction and refresher courses. And the departments where you'll be going to, if you come to the Premier's office, we must take the responsibility to take you through what is it that we are doing here. Because you're an officer, what is it that we are doing here in the Premier's office? This is what we are doing here, so that as people are coming in, we are able to assist them immediately. And that will be part and parcel of your development and growth agenda. So we'll have to work on that, and let me congratulate you on behalf of the provincial government. This is nice uniform. The MEC will tell you about the history of this uniform. I took pics of security officers in Vietnam. It was in Vietnam. And I sent it to the MEC. I said, MEC, this is the kind of uniform that we need. It looks professional. And the security officers, they look nice. Let us use the same color. And not have security guards who are dressed in school uniform, gray and white. Yeah, I see most of them are dressed in gray and white, school uniform. So they should be decently dressed. So thank you very much, Program Director, for the opportunity. Thank you.